Hi, good morning my dear students. Welcome to one more amazing session from Infinity Learn. This is Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry. How are you all doing? Dear students, today we are going to discuss an awesome thing like just 48 marks in 15 minutes. Yes, it is true. When you have a proper planning, you can do that. So, I know that you are all preparing for your dream medical college. So, today we are going to just how to crack NEET examination in a short video type system in a live session. Please like the session and stay tuned, and till the end of the session we are going to discuss awesome things, a proper plan for 48 marks in chemistry in just 15 to 20 minutes. I just want to finish it. So, dear students, please confirm you are all able to hear me and clear. Okay, just give me thumbs up and fire emoji in the live session. Hi Betu, Radhe Radhe, how are you? Good morning. Yes. So, if you want to do something better, you are all preparing so hard. So, let us turn this hardness to be a smartness so that you will be less in pressure and move more forward with an awesome scoring, right? So, when you do a very good hard work comes smart work, so the result is going to be a byproduct. You need not have to strive for your result, it will automatically come. And all the best my dear students. Let us see a proper planning banana kaise a 48 marks ke liye. So 12 questions you can handle in the NEET paper. The moment you get in the question paper in your hand, so 12 question you can just strike it like a pro. So we can do our best from here. A proper planning is required, and that planning is our side, and I am going to give you the chapter wise breakage and physical and organic and inorganic. So everybody knows, in the say example for the organic chemistry, everybody knows individual organic reactions. When it comes to a reagent, how to tackle this, a reagent, what reagent and when it has to be used, when it should not be used. Such kind of limitations we are going to see in this session itself. So आज का ये सेशन में हम चर्चा करने वाले हैं subject wise breakup and topic wise breakup and the most important points in a particular topic, and also various reagents and the golden reactions in the organic chemistry, and it is coming in the hybridization, कैसे पकड़ना हमारा hybridization, सब सारे का चीज़ हम discuss करने वाले हैं. So let's see. So physical chemistry, it is approximately 35% you are going to get. So for that master numerical solving and the formulas, that is the key point. So everybody knows we can solve the numerical, and how to handle the numerical. Based on this we can see the chapter versus what are the topics you are going to align and in the level of preparation. Beto, take a pen and paper and just write these noteworthy points, and I just want to say in the basic concepts of chemistry. आप अगर क्वेश्चन मिलने वाले हैं, just I focus more on limiting reagent चीज के लिए. So how to calculate the limiting reagent? Simple, Warrell say, take the given available number of moles, divide that number of moles with the stoichiometric number. जिस division का कम number आने वाला है वही limiting reagent का आपका. That's pretty simple. Don't go into the details of limiting reagent and soak into the limiting reagent in the numericals and you fed up and close the book. That is not the way. And also focus on mole concept, and which of the following has more number of atoms, which of the following has more number of molecules, so which of the following has more volume kind of things. And whenever you are solving the number of moles, you just focus on the calculation of number of moles. Three types are there. If mass is given, weight by molecular weight, and number is given, number by Avogadro number, and volume is given, volume in milliliter upon 22400. And mind it, PV is equal to nRT. Actually gaseous state is not there in the NEET syllabus, but we generously use PV is equal to nRT. That's very important. So never and ever leave this PV is equal to nRT. That is going to be a very important thing. When it comes to the atomic structure, definitely you can focus a question definitely on quantum numbers and shapes of orbitals and connected to nodes, nodal planes. number of radial nodes n minus L minus 1, and number of angular nodes means nodal plane is equal to L. So the total number of nodes you can calculate from there. And also de Broglie concept and Bohr's atomic theory, you are going to get a double faida. You can get it from physics and chemistry. So mind it, radius is equal to 0.529 by n square and 0.529 into n square by z, and for energy minus 13.6 into z square by n square electron volt. So like that, you just focus on when a question is coming from a particular chapter, look at the question. Don't fear when you see the question. So look at the question outside the box and see what actually the question wanted to ask you. So that is a simple way, and you try to just find a way how to enter into the question. That's it. So जो भी आपको botany है, zoology है, physics है, chemistry है, you follow this method and you can do the best. And talking about the chemical kinetics, I am going to give you various graphs in this today's class itself about the chemical kinetics, rate law, order of reaction, and Arrhenius equation. Based on Arrhenius equation, activation energy you can calculate. Graph तैयार ही है, हमारे सेशन में graphs भी अलग slide बना के रखा. And stay tuned and take a notepad and write all the noteworthy points so that you can do the best. And also thermodynamics, definitely enthalpy changes and Gibbs free energy and the criteria of spontaneity. Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. From there, you can calculate the delta G. If the delta G is negative, the process is going to be spontaneous. If delta G is positive, the process is going to be non-spontaneous. And if delta G is equal to 0, we can say the process is going to be at equilibrium. And you just put this Gibbs free energy change connected to the equilibrium. And then delta G is equal to delta G naught plus 2.303 nr log Q, and Q is reaction quotient, and equilibrium reaction quotient is equal to equilibrium constant Kc, and that is a very important relations. So this is not a formula chart, rather I am giving you a plan just how to boost your score by looking at the question and the total question paper. Some questions and some marks you have to reserve yourself. Effortlessly you can give the answers, errorless answers, precise answers, so that there is no negative marking. So the topics what I am discussing here is all about non-negative marking kind of questions, right? So if tricky options are given, definitely there is a possibility of getting negative marking. So negative marking is actually a big curse in the competitive examinations. So we are going to conduct a special session for how to avoid negative scoring. So let's see, moving ahead, let us talk about the thermodynamics. Coming to that, we have Gibbs free energy and the spontaneity. And enthalpy change in various reactions based on Hess law. You are going to see enthalpy of a reaction is equal to enthalpy of the products minus enthalpy of the reactants. It is true in all cases, but when you handle the bond energy, I am going to say enthalpy of reaction is equal to bond energy of the reactants minus bond energy of the products. Here it is a tricky thing. So students, talking about equilibrium, definitely you will be having a chance of getting Lee Chatelet principle in 2026 NEET examination, bachcho. And you can have the Ka value, Kb value, pH value. So pH is equal to negative logarithm to the H plus ion concentration. Activity of H plus ion concentration can be taken as a normality of an acid. So pH plus pOH is equal to 14. When a base is given, you can calculate pOH, then you can calculate 14 minus pOH is going to be the pH. So also solubility product KSP and criteria of precipitation KSP and KIP. If the solubility product is greater than ionic product, तभी ये soluble होगा. If the solubility product is less than ionic product का value बढ़ते जाते हैं, precipitation बनेगा. and criteria of precipitation. Also a buffer solutions is also very important. Based on the buffer solution, you can see Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. There you are going to get definitely one question. Okay, my dear students, also you can see solutions, definitely colligative properties and Raoult law, and at the end these colligative properties connected with 1.5 factor. So 1.5 factor in the case of association, in the case of dissociation, definitely you are going to get a question, bachcho. And also electrochemistry, directly you can go with this Nernst equation. So Nernst equation and electrochemical series, and that E naught values is going to be again connected to this D block elements and F block elements, where you can say which of the following is a better reducing agent, which of the following reaction is feasible, which of the reaction is not feasible. E cell is equal to E naught of cathode minus E naught of anode. If E cell is equal to positive, जो reaction possible होगा, जैसे reaction आगे बढ़ता, so you can have a very good question based on that. And E naught value of the copper is going to be the positive, copper 2 plus and copper, and rest of these all is going to be negative. And applications of electrochemical series is also very important, and you can have a direct jump into the question. And moving ahead, you can see the electrochemistry, Faraday's laws, Faraday's first law, Faraday's second law. Without putting the formula, you can just say 1 mole of electron, write the electronic equation, and 1 mole of electrons is required, or 2 mole of electron is required. You can say 1 mole of electron is equal to 1 Faraday, 96,500 coulombs. So that can give you the mass of the substance. Definitely you can say the N factor can tell you the exact value of the mass of the substance. Without putting the formula, you can give the answer directly. And also Kohlrausch law and applications of Kohlrausch law, and the molar conductivity of the weak electrolyte, molar conductivity of the strong electrolyte. Strong electrolyte, linear correlation, Debye-Huckel rule, and for a weak electrolyte, exponential increase on dilution of the molar conductivity, and limiting molar conductivity of a weak electrolyte can be calculated based on Kohlrausch law of independent ionic migration. So that is about the physical chemistry. So repeated questions from chemical kinetics are asked, and electrochemistry are asked from this, and thermodynamics. So chemical kinetics and electrochemistry and thermodynamics. Without these three, so you never expect a question paper without these three. So focus on this. My dear children, if you have any doubts in this live session, you can ask us, so we can have a discussion between you and me. So dear children, inorganic chemistry, when it comes to inorganic chemistry, it talks about approximately 30 to 35%, and focus on NCERT line by line. So this NCERT line by line can help a lot, especially for the P block elements and D and F block elements. And you can see periodic table and chemical bonding. There you can see hybridization. I will show you the formula to calculate hybridization, coordination compound. And this is a super awesome topic, where when this NEET paper is given, maybe first 5 questions you are going to get one question from the chemical coordination compounds. Yes, believe me, it will be there. And P block elements, general properties, oxides and hydrides. Oxides and hydrides of each and every group, and exceptions are there in their boiling points, and their reducing nature, acidic nature, basic nature. Wherever exceptions are there, there you are going to get definitely a question, my dear students. And D and F block elements, especially for F block elements, जहाँ पर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एंड जिसका ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट का वजह से एक क्वेश्चन आने का संभावना है, डेफिनेटली आई कैन फील, मेरे ख्याल में कि ये 2026 नीट एग्जामिनेशन पेपर में एफ ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स का वजह से आपको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन एंड ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट्स डेफिनेटली क्वेश्चन विल बी गिवन. और एक चीज़ है एफ ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स में आपका लंथनेट कंट्रैक्शन में ख्याल रखना. ओके सोनाली, हाय, आज सब जना का के आइए Congratulations. Bachcho, here and the D block element just focus on potassium dichromate and potassium permanganate, line by line in the NCERT. And also coordination compounds, P block and chemical bonding are the almost guaranteed 4 to 6 questions. उपवास हो थोड़ा, ओके लगे रहो आज का क्लास में जो टॉपिक्स दे रहे हैं ना सोनाली, कैसे पढ़ाई कैसे चल रहे हैं. And moving ahead, organic chemistry approximately 30-35%. In this 30-35% focus on the reaction mechanism and NCERT mechanisms. And हाँ और एक चीज़ है, mechanism Hoffman bromamide reaction का mechanism NCERT में नहीं दिया, लेकिन एक लाइन लिखा rearrangement का वजह से, ताकि इसका mechanism काफ़ी important है. Like that कुछ पूछने वाला है. And you can say general organic chemistry and inductive effect, resonance effect, carbocations, acidity and basicity. And inductive effect is the weakest effect. And थोड़ा सा isomerism भी देखना, especially geometrical isomerism, stereoisomerism. And hydrocarbons focus on alkenes. So whenever you just go to the alkenes, automatically you connect with the alcohols as well as alkyl halides. And these are all interlinked. Haloalkanes and haloarenes, SN1, SN2, and E1 and E2 reactions, you focus it. And also nucleophilic substitution reactions of haloarenes. If electron withdrawing group is there, it is going to be participated in the nucleophilic substitution reaction, SNAR2. एकदम मस्त, वेरी गुड. नाउ सर जी एक बार रोजनमन रिएक्शन एक बार क्लास में, हाँ पक्का, डेफिनेटली वी कैन डू दैट. आज के क्लास एंडिंग आई एम गोइंग टू शो यू द रोजनमन रिएक्शन, आप पूछते जाओ, ठीक है बेटा. दैट्स वेरी गुड. एंड अल्कोहल्स एंड फिनोल्स ईथर रिएक्शन विथ ईथर्स, यू जस्ट से विलियमसन ईथर सिंथेसिस एंड रिएक्शन विथ HI, बस इतना ही है. And you need not have to focus more on ethers. Definitely if you get a question in ethers, you will get question from these two topics. And when it comes to the phenols, so you focus on electrophilic substitution reactions of phenols, Riemer-Tiemann reaction, coal-based reaction. And what is the attacking reagent in the Riemer-Tiemann reaction? Just simple question can be asked, like dichlorocarbene is going to be the question, right? And also you can see aldehydes and ketones focus on reactivity in the nucleophilic addition reaction, some special named reaction, aldol condensation, Cannizzaro reaction, and test for aldehydes and ketones, Fehlings and toluenes. हाँ और एक चीज़ है, so toluenes can oxidize benzaldehyde, but Fehlings cannot. Mind it, like that some edges will be there, you just focus on the edge of the concept as well. PYQ game चलेगा, अरे टेस्ट में PYQ game चलेगा. If you study the PYQs will not be repeated in the NEET examination. लेकिन PYQs अब करने का फ़ायदा क्या? अगर PYQ आप करेंगे तो आपको NEET examination में जो concept आप पढ़ाई किया फिलहाल, इसका वजह से questions कैसा निकालना है आप देखने वाले हैं PYQ में. To experience the flavor of the actual NEET examination, you are supposed to do PYQs. That's very, very good idea. But never expect the question to be repeated. Concept can be repeated, bachcho, questions will not be repeated most of the case. And I strongly believe certain reactions that is given in the NCERT, it will be given directly into the NCERT. So that is a fundamental rule, everybody follow that. Talking about carboxylic acid and acid derivatives, acidity and decarboxylation reaction, order of nucleophilic acyl substitution, that is also very important. And carboxylic acids में आपको decarboxylation, HVZ reaction, Hell-Wohlhard-Jelinski reaction. And moving ahead, benzene diazonium chloride, amines में BDC, that is a silent and most powerful topic here. So what is this BDC? I am going to give you some reactions of the BDC as well. And biomolecule, structural elucidation of glucose and glucose related compounds and द रिएक्शंस ऑफ ग्लूकोज एंड प्रोटीन का जो स्ट्रक्चर है ना, ये स्ट्रक्चर का वजह से क्वेश्चन आने, प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी टेरिशरी स्ट्रक्चर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स एंजाइम्स यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर नीट, सो बायोलॉजी में और बहुत बार आप देख चुके होंगे एंजाइम का वजह से, राइट। सो अगर कुछ डाउट है ना तो पूछना यार। Moving ahead, so for the organic chemistry, repeated questions from chemical kinetics, electrochemistry and thermodynamics come almost in every year, beta, almost in every year. And coordination complexes and the P block and the chemical bonding are almost guaranteed 4 to 6 questions. But और एक 90% of the organic PYQ come from GOC and carbonyl compounds, amines and biomolecules. You are biology studying students. So when you are biology studying students, biomolecules are the topic, is yours, and you can do 4 marks is in your pocket. So one question from biomolecules is pakka, right? And moving ahead, here must do books for your NEET preparation here. NCERT textbook 11th and 12th is for everything. NCERT must read again and again for word to word. And also MDZ 10 years NEET chapter wise, any publication you can see previous year's paper 2015 to 2025 they can solve 3 times. So PYQ game abhi chalega na. And smart tip to score the best in chemistry, master your NCERT, and direct questions comes especially in inorganic and organic chemistry. Physical में formula related आप solve करना है, and you can see solve PYQ and religiously at least 3 times. Identify the sequence and the pattern and the pace of the question, and also you see make a PYC tracker. Once you do PYQ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, सो ये PYQ जो ट्रैकर है ना, ट्रैक क्वेश्चंस रिपीटेड 3-4 times over years. And also revision formula booklet, 1 page summarizes physical formulas and organic formulas. I just want to show you how these things will come. Cheat sheet आप खुद बनाना है, and I'll give you the best mock test and time management. Chemistry always is your scoring subject. Physics, you know how it can slap everybody. आप जितना तक कर सकते हो उतना तक करो, and you are not only getting a good score but you can be a topper when you follow these points. And moving ahead, order of a reaction just topic wise आपको दिखाना है, and you can see NEET appearance 2016, 19, 20, 23 में based on the order direct questions are being given. And you can see basically it is on first order reactions and reaction of life, and the concepts is very important, and the graphs I want to show you here, and the pH of the solutions, and yes, Sonali quite okay, Betu, right, and equilibrium hydrolysis of salts, and you can see weak acid and the strong acid and the ratios and the buffers you can take into the consideration, and every year one question will be there based on the pH calculation. When the pH calculation question is asked, you just identify for what it is asked. For salt, use the salt concept. For a buffer, use a buffer concept. For a pure acid or a base or a mixture of acid or a base you can see, or mixture of acids or mixture of bases you can see. So this is how you have to understand the question. Then solution is going to be easy bachcho, and you see hybridization in the molecular shape. So focus on VSEPR theory. Every year based on VSEPR theory, almost every year it is connected to hybridization or may not be connected to the hybridization. Of course, we can connect directly to hybridization. You can get the shape of the molecule, CLF3, T shape, 3 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. Fine. And also you can see acidity and the basicity and the molecular shape and the GOC, and you can see acidity of phenols, acidity of carboxylic acids, and the basic nature of amines. And Ayush, hello. And when it comes to the carboxylic acid, benzoic acid you take ortho effect. Okay, wherever any acidic order you say, acidic nature is directly proportional to negative mesomeric effect or negative inductive effect, and basic nature is directly proportional to positive mesomeric effect and positive inductive effect. And when it comes to the alkyl amines, if the methyl group is there and the basic order is going to be secondary is greater than tertiary is greater than primary is greater than ammonia, and if it is a ethyl group is there, secondary is greater than primary is greater than tertiary is greater than ammonia. That is the order it is given in the NCERT. You have to follow as it is. Fine. And also electrophilic aromatic substitution, 5 golden reactions of benzene is there, and directive influences are also very important. Hello Ayush, कुछ doubt है ना तो पूछना बेटा. And also you can see Ka-Kb relations, pKa and pKb. You just see in the case of the buffer is given, in the case of the salt is given, which is a salt of weak acid and a weak base, and weak acid and a strong base, strong acid and a weak base, and strong acid and a strong base. So you have to check the pH, and the table is given, and if you have any doubts in the comment box you can mention, and I will share the notes that is available in as a cheat sheet. Aish. And also moving ahead, diazonium salts. With the diazonium salt you can make any organic conversion, where you can see aniline diazotization, what it can give, and benzene diazonium chloride, Sandmeyer reaction, Gattermann reaction, and benzene to fluorobenzene, how do you calculate? Through benzene diazonium chloride only. Like that you can say. And of course Grignard reagent is also very important. When it comes to the chemical bond, you just focus on the bond order, molecular orbital configuration up to nitrogen, and from oxygen onwards what is the change in the molecular orbital configuration order is a very important thing. Ayush and Sonali and Betu, I am expecting some doubts from you. MO diagrams every year based on that you are going to get. Bond order ki kuch tip batao. I already given you. You can say 14 hai na, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. From 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, you can say it is bond order 3.0. And it is going to be 0.5 कम करते जाओ, 0.5 कम करते जाओ, 2.5, 2.0, 1.5, 1.0, 0.5. So 2.5, 2.0 and 1.5, 1.0, 0.5 bus. So check the number of electrons and bond order. It is increasing and it is decreasing. It is decreasing. That's it. So 14 is the benchmark. If you memorize this without writing the molecular orbital configuration, you can just write the bond order, and bond order is directly proportional. Stability is directly proportional to the bond order. Bond energy directly proportional to the bond order. Both. Okay. Betu and Sonali. Yes, it is a very simple trick, na? Sonali, you like it? That's good. And also named organic reaction, aldol and canister, whatnot, there are 24 named reactions. All the named reactions are one is interlinked and you can use it for the total interconversions. Okay? And Bohr's model, energy and radius, delta E is equal to E2 minus E1, 1 by lambda is equal to R Z square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square for the hydrogen spectrum. Bus. Based on this, in chemical bonding, unpaired electron ka trick hai na, are even number of electrons, all electrons are paired, odd number of electrons, unpaired electrons will be there. Sonali, so if you ask anything, immediately the answer will be there. So please attend our class in live sessions. Whenever you have a live session, you will be getting a notification when you just press the bell button. So follow us and please like this session, share with your friends, subscribe to Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel. So next, you can see mole concept and limiting reagent. So whenever stoichiometric concept is coming, definitely you are going to get a question from the mole concept. Okay, Betu? And from this mole concept, just to find the limiting reagent. How to find the limiting reagent? Take the number of available moles of the reactant divided by the stoichiometric number. जिस number का आपको कम मिलेगा, that is called limiting reagent. The other one is going to be excess reagent, बच्चों. Right. And also colligative properties, and just focus this colligative properties: limiting relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, and osmotic pressure are the colligative properties, and these colligative properties are linked with want Hoff factor. Want Hoff factor is 1, no association dissociation. Want Hoff factor is less than 1, it is going to be association. Want Hoff factor is greater than 1, it is going to be dissociation. When association takes place, whenever carboxylic acid is dissolved in benzene, you will get association. Whenever carboxylic acid dissolved in water, dissociation takes place. Sonali? Arre beta, Sonali, what is this? Nah, I don't accept that. I don't accept such questions, please. And just NEET appearance. Every year, definitely you are going to get a question either Raoult's law or want Hoff factor, right? And you can see Nernst equation, definitely Nernst equation from the electrochemistry, and electrochemical series का applications भी काफ़ी important है. You just follow E cell is equal to E naught minus 0.0591 by N into log anodic concentration by cathodic concentration. Colligative certain properties of the liquid solutions, Sonali, certain properties of the liquid solutions which depends only on the number of solute particles, but not on the chemical nature of the solute or a solvent, is called as colligative properties. There are 4 colligative properties: relative lowering of vapor pressure, elevation and boiling point, depression and freezing point, and osmotic pressure. So this is the connect and the command you need to maintain in the journey of the NEET examination, bachcho. Or otherwise you will be always in a confused state. So if you know, well and good. If you don't know, it is 0. Okay, if you half know, it is going to be minus 1. Never going to minus 1. Either 0 to plus 1 you just take. So that is only the difference between a winner and a loser, bachcho. And Le Chatelier principle, equilibrium, जब equilibrium आता है ना, equilibrium का क्वेश्चन Le Chatelier principle से आने के ज़्यादा संभावना है. And equilibrium का Le Chatelier principle ये ट्रिक भी बना हो चुका है, इन द शॉर्ट वीडियो में आप देख सकते हैं. And lanthanide contraction and the D block elements, if a question comes from the D block elements, I can say the question has a chance of Kmn over K2Cr2O7, electronic configuration of D and F block elements, and general properties and lanthanide contraction. These are the 4 major areas you are going to get a question definitely. Applications of lanthanide contraction, so many times it has been asked in the NEET examination. Focus there. And also you can see color and magnetic properties. General properties के बारे में पूछेंगे तो आपको सिर्फ color and magnetic properties में ज़्यादा impression देना है. आपका Cu2 plus is colored, zinc 2 plus is not, ये इसका electronic configuration का हिसाब से आप prove करना है. And also SN1, SN2, the reactivity order of SN1 and SN2 is important. So SN1 primary is greater than secondary is greater than tertiary. SN2 tertiary is greater than primary is secondary is greater than primary. And both SN1 and SN2, alkyl iodide greater than alkyl bromide greater than alkyl bromide greater than alkyl fluoride. So alkyl iodides are more reactive, and you can see functional group test like Tollens test and Fehling's test. And phenols, neutral FeCl3, carbonyls 2,4-DNP, and you can see aldehyde, Tollens and Fehling's positive, and ketones negative, and methyl ketones iodoform, Like that, distinction tests are very important, and Lucas test, you say primary less than secondary less than tertiary alcohols. So like that, you can see here functional group analysis and the Gattermann, Sandemeyer, Hoffman reactions, and amines and aromatic compounds, benzene diazoxide chloride. I just want to show you that biomolecules, when it comes to the biomolecules, focus on the structure of the glucose. It has open chain structure and a ring structure. Ring structure में आपका internal hemiacetal linkage is possible, right? There, which carbon in the glucose is chiral? Total number of chiral carbons are 4. 2 to the power 4 is equal. 16 isomers are possible for the glucose. So like that, I just want to just say score examination. Already the score examination conducted 2 times. One is completed, and the another examination is there on October 12th. You can still register this October 12th का जो examination है October 10th तक register कर सकता है, and it is India's largest scholarship examination, and which gives 2.5 crore rupees of cash rewards and 350 crore rupees scholarships, and also NASA trips, and you will be having exciting gadgets like laptops and tablets will be given. So in the description box link is there, you just click it and you just enroll and you can do it. Yeah. मैं रिप्लाई कर रहे हैं ना, कॉलिगेटिव प्रॉपर्टीज़ आपके लिए थोड़ा सा इंट्रोडक्शन भी दिया चुका, एंड अगले सेशन में थोड़ा सा कॉलिगेटिव प्रॉपर्टीज़ का और एक सेशन लेना चाहता हूँ, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं बेटा. सोनाली, आई ऑलरेडी पिक्ड योर डाउट. ओके, यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट साबुदाना. एंड और एक चीज़ है, नीट टेस्ट सीरीज. आप जो भी एग्जामिनेशन प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं ना, आपको पता करना है आप कैसे कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, आप कहाँ स्टैंड कर रहे हो, and what is your improvement areas, and what is your place where you strong. So for that you need a special and proper assessment channel, that is NEET test series, the ultimate key to your NEET success बच्चों, where you can see for the grade 11 का अलग दिया, 12th को दिया, and repeaters को भी दिया, and it is prepared by our eminent faculties at NEET test prep at Infinity Lane, and also it is based on our latest NTA examination pattern bacha, and it simulates a real time NEET examination environment. That's the reason why you just check in the description box, link is available, and you can just go through it, and before you purchase apply YouTube 30 of coupon code ताकि आपको 30% ऑटोमेटिक डिस्काउंट मिलेगा. ठीक है बेटा. And moving ahead, थोड़ा सा thermochemistry है ना, you just focus Q is equal to MCT whenever you are handling calorimeter, and also you can see delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln Q, and you can also see delta H is equal to delta E plus delta N RT, that is internal energy and enthalpy का relation है. So delta N is equal to sum of the number of moles of gaseous products minus gaseous reactants, and you can also see Gibbs-Helmholtz equation, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So this can give you the spontaneity. Delta G is negative, it is a reaction spontaneous, delta G is positive, reaction is not spontaneous and non-spontaneous, and delta G is going to 0, it is at equilibrium. And when the chemical kinetics comes now, you have the chemical kinetics, focus on the graphs. Based on the focus on the graphs, definitely you can see the graph plot of integrated rate expression, 0 order ka and first order ka. Concentration versus time, 0 order is straight line. Log concentration versus time, same graph, but here it is taken log A, this is for the first order. Slope is going to be minus k by 2.303, right? And also you can say for the second order and third order, just a parameter badalte hai, positive slope and intercept on the y-axis will be there, okay? And when you prepare and before you going for the examination and during journey in the examination, when you just relocating the place, you just go through the formulas, go through the graphs ताकि आपको impression में रहेगा. And also you can see, so the order you can say from the half-life. Half-life versus initial concentration is going to be a first zero order. First order, so it is going to be T half is equal to 0.693 by K, उसमें concentration term ही नहीं है. That's the reason why it is going to be a straight line with a zero slope, and it is a second order T of 1 by A and third order T of 1 by A square. And you can say it is Arrhenius concept. अकॉर्डिंग टू अर्हीनियस इक्वेशन का सारे के सारे चीज एक ही स्लाइड में आपको बना के दिया सोनाली एंड बेतु. यू कैन से अर्हीनियस इक्वेशन K is equal to A exponent minus EA by RT. EA stands for your activation energy and T is going to be temperature. So log K, K is a rate constant. Log K versus 1 by T is going to be a straight line with a negative slope, and the slope will be given, activation energy will be calculated. And directly you can use this formula even CBSE, NEET or any type of competitive examinations बच्चों. And log K2 by K1 is equal to EA by 2.303 of T2 minus T1 upon T1 dot T2, where here T2 is greater than T1 is a very, very, very important formula. Based on this, 4 marks will be yours. 4 marks will be yours. Mind it. Children, this is totally convinced. One slide, 4 marks. ऐसे क्वेश्चन सिंपल लगते, डेफिनेटली वे तो सिंपली क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. Okay, moving ahead, activation energy for exothermic reaction, delta H is going to be negative. For endothermic reaction, delta H is going to be positive. Okay, and also you can see the effect of catalyst. Catalyst is the one which uses a alternative pathway where activation energy is decreased. You can use Arrhenius equation and you can calculate the activation energy in the presence of catalyst or in the absence of catalyst, and the energy of the reaction is constant. Theory oriented questions also will be given based on this. बच्चों, and buffer problems you can directly use super shortcut for this Anderson-Hasselbalch equation बच्चों, and this is your Anderson-Hasselbalch equation. You need not have to solve the question. You just say if the salt concentration is equal to acid concentration, then pH is equal to pKa. Simple na? If the salt concentration is equal to 10 times of the acid concentration, then pH is equal to pKa plus 1, and if it is 1 by 10, it is going to pKa minus 1. Simple. So this is one trick, this is a trick. So without solving the numerical, by looking at these values you can say what could be its pH of a buffer. The same logic you can use for the basic buffer as well. You like this? That's pretty well. And first order kinetics we already given. The shortcut for the first order kinetics. So half-life 0.693 by K, and after 1 half-life 0.5 of initial concentration, after 2 half-life 0.25, after 3 half-life 0.125 of the initial concentration. No need to calculate exponent KT for every time. Arrhenius question seems simple, Betu. Yeah, if you just fear about the numerical, it is going to be difficult, otherwise it is so simple. Focus on NCERT questions based on Arrhenius equation, definitely those questions will be given. Or एक चीज़ है, logarithm values, if it is so complicated, it will be given in the question itself, otherwise you just follow the fundamentals of these logarithms. And hybridization निकालने के लिए एक formula बताने वाले हैं. Number of hybrid orbitals है ना, half into V plus M plus or minus C. So V is equal to number of valence electrons of the central atom electronic configuration का हिसाब से, and M is equal to number of monovalent atoms attached to the central atom. C is equal to charge and reverse the sign. You can reverse the sign, and if H is equal to 2, if H is equal to 3, if you solve H is equal to 4, if you solve H is equal to 5, H is equal to 6, you can say sp hybridization, sp2 trigonal, sp3 tetrahedral, sp3d trigonal bipyramidal, sp3d2 octahedral. And which type of d orbital is being used here is a special case you need to focus in the specific example. And moving ahead, hydrogenation stability of alkenes in the organic chemistry. Alkene stability is governed directly by hyperconjugation. So more number of hyperconjugation, more is going to be the stability. So heat of hydrogenation inversely proportional to stability. So stability is directly proportional to hyperconjugation. So this is the order of stability of the various alkenes. You just focus on this kind of cheat sheets so that you can do the best. Okay, और एक चीज़ है, you have various reagents when you go for a reduction. This is a very important बच्चों. You can use hydrogen in the palladium or platinum Lindlar catalyst, P2 catalyst, liquid ammonia and Wilkinson catalyst. So alkene को सभी reduce कर सकते हैं? नहीं, it is going to reduce, and Lindlar's P2 and liquid ammonia will not reduce, and Wilkinson catalyst, triphenyl phosphine and rhodium chloride. And alkyne को सभी कर सकते हैं, and stereochemistry भी इसका दिया, sin, only liquid ammonia is going to be anti. So like that you can see the various impacts of the reducing agents. I can also say same thing, lithium aluminum hydride and sodium hydride. So lithium aluminum hydride, sodium borohydride and TPH, triphenyl tin hydride. So इसका कर सकते हैं प्राइमरी अल्काइल हैलाइड को, यस लिथियम एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्राइड कर सकते हैं, एंड सोडियम बोरोहाइड्राइड का नहीं कर सकते. ओह पीपीटी इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बेटू, यस इट इज. एंड ट्राइफिनाइल फॉस्फेन कर सकते हैं, इट कैन डू. एंड इफ यू टेक सेकेंडरी you can say lithium aluminum hydride it can do, sodium borohydride it can do, and triphenyl phosphine also it can do. When it comes to lithium aluminum hydride and tertiary alkyl halide, alkene is the product. It will not reduce, it eliminates. And you see here it can reduce and it can reduce. So these are the limitations. So आगे और एक सेशन हम लेना चाहता हूँ, टोटल सारे के सारा ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट, सारे के सारे reducing agents, and you can do the best. Vetu, like it, Sonali? And moving ahead, controlled hydrogenation. Alkene, you can see hydrogenation in the heterogeneous catalyst. Alkyne, if you use hydrogen in the palladium, you are going to get direct alkane, and this is called exhaustive hydrogenation. But you can see this partial reduction by using a Lindlar's catalyst. So bachcho, alkyne, when you use H2 PdCsCO3 or BaSO4 and PbCO3 act as a catalytic poison, you are going to get cis product, and this is a syn addition. Right, Sonali? If you use sodium in liquid ammonia or lithium in liquid ammonia, you can say partial reduction with sodium in liquid ammonia, you are going to get a trans addition product, anti addition, and a trans product. You got it. So these are the things if you keep in your mind. आपको सोच रहे score 48 marks in 15 minutes, high T20. So do you feel Sari is going to explain a dozen questions? So these dozen questions is coming in 2026 NEET examination. So if I conduct such type of sessions, it is a cheating. But I want to give you the real time subject where I'm your torch barrier, I'm giving you a proper direction to crack questions. जैसे भी हो सकता, you can do the questions, right? Hi. So T20, I'm expecting you to just like the session. Thank you very much. And those students who are online, please like the session, share with your friends and subscribe to Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel. Yes, now I want to talk about 5 golden reactions of benzene here. And what are the 5 golden reactions of benzene? You tell me here. So the benzene is going to react with halogenation and nitration and sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. Halogenation, halobenzene is formed, इसमें आपका haloनियम ion is the electrophile, इसमें आपका NO2 plus is the electrophile, उसमें आपका sulfur trioxide is the electrophile, here आपका R plus is going to be electrophile. कार्बोकैटायन जब फॉर्म होता है ना, ये रीअरेंज भी कर सकता, ठीक है बेटा. And here you going to see a selenium ion is the electrophile. और एक चीज है बच्चों, here sulfonation is reversible. Sulfonation is reversible. All the reactions are irreversible. सिर्फ sulfonation is the reversible process here बच्चों. Take a screenshot of this, काम आ जाएगा आपको. Any doubt? That's good. Moving ahead, directive influence of the benzene. Bacho, you can see here, if the benzene has a group, this group is electron donating group, so the electrophilic attack is favored here, favored here, favored here, most favored here. So it is going to be ring activated, benzene ring is going to be more reactive, and it is going to be the electrophile is more likely to attack at ortho and para positions in, yes, and other side it is electron withdrawing group. If the group is electron withdrawing group, it has a negative mesomeric effect. अगर इसका positive mesomeric effect, and it is going to be a negative mesomeric effect. In this negative mesomeric effect, the ring is going to be deactivated and makes it is ortho and para direction में electrophile काटना मना करते हैं, क्योंकि इसका सिर्फ मेटा में आने का संभावना है. It is going to be meta director. It is going to be meta director, right? So if you have this, if you have this logic in your mind, definitely 4 marks in your pocket. है ना? T20 and Sonali, Betu, you like it? That's perfect. That's perfect. Now moving ahead, and today we discussed about the simplest overall bird's eye view. एक नज़र दिया आपको ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री, फिजिकल केमिस्ट्री, इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री में कौन सा कॉन्सेप्ट कैसे आ सकते हैं, आने के ज़्यादा संभावना किस चीज़ का है. एंड व्हेन द क्वेश्चन पेपर इज हैंडेड ओवर टू यू, इट विल बी योर्स, एंड minimum 48 to 52 marks will be yours. So prepare in such a way that on the topic wise discussion we'll be having some more sessions in the next week. So stay tuned, please like the session, share with your friends, subscribe to Infinity Learn NEET YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and signing off, Suresh, Faculty of Chemistry from Infinity Learn. Thank you.